Well, hello everybody. Good morning to you if you're out here in the US with me, and if you're not, then good afternoon, good evening. I don't know what time you're watching this. Time to play some more FM17, so we'll go ahead and jump straight into it so you don't have to look at me anymore. We're picking off where we left off. Wanted to play yesterday. Yesterday was kind of a busy day as it turned out, so we ended up skipping a little day. Today we're going to make this free, I think, for everybody to watch. And we'll try to play more than one game today. We'll see if we're able to actually get to it or not. The season has been progressing rather slowly. If you've been following along, we've been doing okay. We had a real frustrating draw against Vigensbach last time. That was a real frustrating match because we really should have won, and we gave up the tying goal with, I think it was in the 88th or 89th minute, something like that. Anyways, it stands we're in 10th place. The goal is we want to be in the top half of the league. I think we'll make it there. We lost our first 4 matches, and now we're sort of coming back. Today we're going to play against Houndstetten. I know where Houndstetten is. I've been there before. It's not very far away from Bobingen. So they're going to come to our place to play, and we'll see how it goes. This should be a match that we should be able to win. We have an edge. Since we have an edge, let's go and take advantage of the edge, and let's see some victory. So we'll just go straight ahead here. We're going to let the computer tell us what it thinks our best players are, since I think we have yet another person suspended. That's right, Hannes Lehmann was sent off for 2 yellow cards after actually having a really good game last time. And that's really been our biggest frustration. We keep winding up with players who end up making major mistakes during matches, and that's just the way that this works. So we'll just jump straight back into this. If you haven't been following this, just so you know, I always play with the 2D Classic mode, which is my favorite way of playing Football Manager. This, to me, is the ultimate way to see what it is that's happening. Mikhail is one of these players that I got on a free transfer for basically nothing, and he's played fairly well for us. When we started off this season, we had a whole bunch of players who were really young that were automatically created, but the problem is that at this level, we can't play any players who are younger than 17. We've got, I think, 3 really good players who are 15 or 16, and they have to wait another season. So we haven't been able to get much going here in the beginning. Now, the other big news that we have is we're going to see a 3D highlight. We have this set up so that the 3D highlights will show if something interesting happens, or something that the AI thinks is interesting. Apparently, I mean, I didn't think that was that interesting, but whatever. The other news here is that this YouTube channel, as of today, is 3 years old. Now, this project I've been doing is a little bit over 3 years old, because I started over on Substack, but it's interesting that this channel has been around for so long. Maybe I'll finally figure out what I'm doing. Smyek there looked like he was trying to figure out where the goal was. He's been having a hard time figuring that one out, and I think part of the problem, if I remember right, is I think that we should probably have these 2 guys switched around. So we're going to do a little bit of a switch. Kutsu is the one who's been scoring goals for fun, and Smyek, for some reason, the assistant manager really likes him, but Smyek hasn't really done much of anything. That was really bad by Uzkul, who gave up a corner from nothing. The other thing I'll note is that we have had barely 50% of possession, which is not like us. Usually we end up with about 55-60%. Kutsu saved us there. And I think now the tactical changes have been made, and we should have a little bit more luck going forward, since Ahmed Kutsu, for whatever reason, has just been scoring goals. I don't know what it is about, and there's Smyek again, and he misses that one. He should have had that. He's right at point-blank range. Let's see. No, they're not going to show us a replay. Kutsu, technically speaking, is not supposed to be good enough for this side. That's what the assistant tells me. But he definitely is one of the better players that we have. He's been leading at least our team in goals. I haven't looked yet to see if he's leading the league or not. All right, he goes back out to Echo, and that's the end of that. I guess we can take a look at this and see how close we came. It was Flaig that time, who came very close to scoring. That's a rough place to score, a top corner. Brouwer continues to be frustrated with that free kick. He's been taking all the free kicks for us, and he hasn't been able to do anything with a single one. So it's been that kind of season. It's still early in the season, but it's getting a little bit later with every passing day. We really could use a victory today, though. That would put us up into the top half of the table. Like I said, that's really what our goal is. Actually, you know what? It would probably have us tied with Bobenhausen, and maybe it would put us to the top half. It would put us a little bit closer is what it would do. And so we'll let them sort of play around here in their the back of their own half. We're not quite able to win the ball with the tackle. And this doesn't look good. So now we're down 1-0. This is a little bit more like how we were playing before in this season, where we give up goals for really, really silly things. Leuven's, I think, probably was offside. We'll see if they do one of those offside replays. I think he was off. Nope, they don't. So the game apparently just simply concludes that he was onside, and that's about it. Eckel has played really poorly, so off you go. We'll put Polychronos Vergos on. And Kutsu hasn't done anything at all, so let's see what we can do in the second half. Let's see if we can get this turned around a little bit. This is probably, by the way, one of the better teams that we're playing here in the league. So I wouldn't be too surprised if we continue to struggle a little bit against them. But it's a little bit of a morale killer if we continue to struggle this much. Now, every time I play Football Manager using this old classic 2D graphics engine, I wonder why in the world they made so many changes to this and got rid of what this was. I mean, this isn't necessarily like perfection, but you know, for me at least, this feels like the most natural way to play the game, right? I would much rather play it in this mode than play the whole thing in 3D mode like most people play it, because you can see what happens overall on the pitch a lot better using this mode, and you have a better idea of who's playing well and who's not playing well and all of that. Now, we are playing with extended highlights on, which is what I usually do. It's one of the reasons why it takes a little bit of time. As you can see, we haven't had much by the way of highlights at all. Just had a couple of people off and a couple of people on, and that's kind of been it. We probably should make a substitution of our own. We'll do so right after Football makes the save. And yeah, we're going to take Yilmaz off because he also has not been playing very well. We probably need to do something up front. Yeah, we'll put Valasis on and take Kutsu off. So Ahmed Kutsu, unfortunately, not quite able to get it done today. So we'll see if we can get something out of Valasis. We've been kind of stymied here by their defense. We did have that close shot there, though, in the first half that just hit off the top of the crossbar. So a little bit of luck, and maybe we're tied 1-1. And like I said, the goal that they scored is also a little bit questionable. I still think that was probably offside. Unfortunately, there's no button you can click here to like scream at the ref or something like that. That's what we're really missing in the game. We can throw bottles at the ref. That would probably be effective. Oh, that was really poor by Flaig. Hopefully that's not going to be the last really good chance that we have. Let's see if we can put something else together. This doesn't look good at all. Well, we were really, really lucky there. See, this is a little bit too close in. We're not quite able to see. Yeah, Weiler was just onside, and it was a really poor job there in the back by our defense. I'm not too surprised, though, if we have poor defensive players. I mean, at this level, everybody's pretty bad. Fly takes that out, and see, he doesn't know what to do with it, so he just sort of knocks it out into touch, and that's it. Yeah, nothing doing there. So it looks like this is probably going to wind up being a defeat for us, unfortunately. This puts an end to our undefeated streak of, I think, 6 matches, I think is what it was. It's not quite the end yet, and we don't have to worry too much about things going completely topsy-turvy. But we would like to hopefully make it up to the top half of the table sometime soon. Like I said, this was a good team that we faced, and we just sort of didn't show up today. So there you have it, in front of the 39 fans that we had in attendance at home. Apparently whatever the assistant said has made everybody happy. Yeah, you weren't good enough today, and that makes them happy. So as one of those Football Manager things, Brouwer ended up being our key player. Brouwer he's not really been playing all that well. He has, what was it right there, like 5 stars of everything, 1 goal, 4 assists, so he's been doing well with the assists, but he can't score goals to save his life, which is an unfortunate thing, and so that's the way that this one ends. We wind up with a 1-0 defeat, and so it is. So as usual, I'll play over to the next match. Looks like we're going to be up against Victoria Augsburg next, and hopefully that's a match we can actually win, and hopefully I can get that to you a little bit later on today. So there you have it. Celebrating the 3rd anniversary of this YouTube channel. We'll have a whole bunch of stuff for you today. I'll talk to you later. Bye.